If you need to make corrections for homework 4, animating compound shapes, you can follow along with this video. So far I have set up my setup method and my draw method. In the draw method I'm including my background function as well as a couple functions to make this lovely grass and sunshine. The first thing I'm going to do to animate my compound shape is make a compound shape, 4 more shape functions. Actually, I'm going to cheat and only use 3. Using actual numbers, and then create my integer variable and sub it in for the y parameters of the shape functions and use some algebraic expressions to relate the shapes to one another. So I'm going to make a balloon as my compound shape. I'm going to use first a fill function to make it red, 255, 0, 0, and we'll put some transparency in because it's a balloon. So that's transparent red. And then for my ellipse for the balloon, I'll start it at 300, 300. Doesn't matter where you start it along the y-axis because you're going to use a variable, but I have to have a starting point. Make it 40 pixels wide and 50 pixels high. Then I'm going to make a little triangle at the bottom where you tied off the balloon, so triangle. The balloon is 40 pixels wide and centered at 300, so the top of the triangle will be 320 halfway. Oh no, wait, the center of the balloon is at 300, and this is not a rectangle, this is an ellipse, so the center is 300. It's 50 pixels high, so the vertical radius, the major radius is 25, so I'll put the top of the triangle at 325. And then for the lower left vertex, I'm going to say, let's say 310 and 335. That would be the lower right vertex, and then the lower left vertex would be 290, 335. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, all right, we'll call that good. And then I need a string, and so I used a no stroke up here, so I need to, in order to have a stroke, the line function show up again, I need to use stroke, and that's black. I don't need a stroke weight, but if I wanted to make it thicker, I could use a stroke weight function, and then I'll do line from 300, 335 to 300, I don't know, let's say 375. Okay, fine, call that good. All right, so now that I have the shape function using numbers in the y parameters, I'm going to make my integer variable. A good name might be y or balloon y or some variation including y. X is not a good choice if I'm animating the y parameter or for vertical motion. So I'm going to say int y location of balloon, and that's declaring, let's specify that, declaring y location of balloon. Then I need to make sure to initialize y. You have to initialize your variables. If not, it'll give a variable, an integer variable, a default value of 0, but it's really bad practice not to initialize your variables. So I'm going to pick the first y value that I come to. It's just, or you can pick any of them, but it should be one of them that actually is in the shape itself. So I'm going to say 300 is a nice easy number, so I'm going to say 300. And then I'm going to sub in down here that first animated shape. I'll sub in y. Now I'm going to write the rest of the y parameters as algebraic expressions, putting them in terms of y. So since y is currently 300, 325, as writing it as an expression using y would be y plus 25. And then this value would be y plus 35, and then y plus 35. For the line, I've got 2 y values. This one, y plus 35, oops, not 365, 35, and then y plus 75. And if I play it now, nothing has changed. Hopefully, if something has changed, I've made a mistake in the way I've subbed in one of my values. I've made the wrong algebraic expression. And then finally, the final step will be to change the value of y each time draw loops through. So I'm going to say y equals y minus 1.